Now it is.
Switching sides really is throwing us off.
Yeah, people are gonna see the thumbnail and be like, "Who are these people? Why do they look like that? Why are they on opposite sides?"
Your
Why
computer
not?
was just there, like why
Yeah,
switch
because
it?
I'm half deaf right now
Yeah.
from my ear infection. It's not even like a bad one. It's like an outer ear infection, which is like just swimmer's ear.
Yeah.
But apparently it's bad enough to make my ears swell up. I just can't hear out of it. I mean, I kind of can, but not well.
But you gotta hear. Like, hearing's important.
Yeah. Like the other day I put in my AirPods just to see if like I could, like how it would sound with them like in my ears. And like I could very clearly hear it better. But like I could take the left one out and still hear out of the right, but like there was definitely a difference. I was like, this is weird.
That is weird.
Now I understand, not understand, but like I can't imagine what it would be like being half deaf, much less fully deaf.
Yeah.
Like even having a conversation with people is weird. Like they'll say something, I'm like, I have no idea what you just said, because like if they're on this side of me,
you just don't know.
Yeah, you're gonna have to yell, bestie.
That's so funny.
But yeah, anyways,
welcome back to World Class Athlete.
Class athlete. I don't know since when we've had a theme song.
A
I don't know where
jingle,
that
yeah.
came out. All right, well, it's the opposite side thing. It's just bringing a weird energy to the
who knows how this is gonna
studio, if you can call it
this
that.
is a studio.
My
Yeah,
apartment.
it's a. No, it'd been cooler if your apartment was like a studio apartment, then it would have worked. But
Yeah,
it's not.
I'm glad my apartment's not a studio
No,
apartment.
yeah, I would be glad that your apartment is not a studio apartment.
Speaking of my apartment, tomorrow they're throwing a grand opening for the pool that they renovated.
Oh, and
As if it's not the end of summer.
Yeah.
Like, isn't today or like tomorrow the last day of summer
I was
officially?
about to say it's a little late. Like
It's also Eras Tour themed. So they photoshopped like pictures of the pool and the clubhouse into like the Eras Tour logo. And then they made a TikTok with like one of the building managers his name is Bob, and he's just like such an awkward little dude.
they really went all out.
They're really trying. I think they're having like. Let me pull up the email.
Are you gonna go?
I don't know. We'll be here. I mean, I'll be here tomorrow because we're going to swim meet potentially, and then Jess and I are getting our nails done. See, like.
Oh wow.
Yeah, they're doing music and karaoke, ice cream, and giveaways from 3 to 7 tomorrow.
Okay, an ice cream truck. I'd take my ice cream truck. Just.
Well, we'll see how I'm feeling. We'll see. I might just go home. My mom's not home this weekend, so it's just my dad and I. Who knows what hijinks we'll get up to.
What tomfoolery will ensue.
Yeah, literally. He offered to go to the volleyball game with me if none of my friends could. But I'm also like, imagine driving 2 cars. Just have to drive 2 cars back.
Yeah.
I'll probably just not go to the game.
Who knows?
We'll see. But yeah. Anyways.
Want to do mics?
Yeah.
My mic is a white pom-pom that...
Is that from the volleyball game that we went to last night? Because red was the football game.
Yes, I think. I don't remember where I got it actually, but I know it was...
I think it was.
I think it was as well, because I didn't get it from a soccer game. They gave us like those blow-up things that you hit together that make... Like that. You know what I mean? No? Okay.
Blow-up things?
But yeah, like, okay, so yeah, you like blew them up and there was 2 of them in a package and then you like hit them together and it made a really loud sound.
I don't know. That must be a soccer exclusive thing because I've never seen that before.
I don't know what they were called, but that's what they were. So yeah, I do think this is from volleyball. But we're doing it in support of soccer because tonight is soccer Whiteout versus Alabama. So that's where I'm going with my mic.
Nice.
What is yours?
This is from a perfume sample that I don't think I've ever used. Maison Louis Marie. That was not French. That was more Italian than French. I don't speak French.
Marie's very basic.
Marie.
Basic name.
My mom's middle name.
It's nearly every girl's middle name.
I think it's kind of funny because, like, she's Italian, not French. I don't know why her parents were like, let's give you a French middle name.
I mean,
And her name is Renee. That's, like, such a French name.
yeah.
She is
Maybe they
Italian
just, like,
and
wish they were.
Cherokee Indian. Like, I don't know. It's so weird. Whatever.
Maybe they just really love French culture. Who knows?
Doubtful, but maybe. Who likes the French?
I don't think we like the French, and I don't think the French really like us. So
I don't think the French like the French.
I don't think the French like the French either. All I see is things about like how mean people in France are.
Yeah, I just
like I'm sure
yeah,
there
I
are
don't
some
see
nice people in France. Like there has to be some outliers
outside of Paris, probably,
right?
and
but
like Monaco. Well, Monaco's its own country,
yeah.
but like
it's
basically France. It's France for extra rich people.
I mean, the land was from France. I think they even like their military is connected to France. So like,
do they even have one? Like,
no, I think France
it just takes care of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So essentially,
I mean, when you're getting that much money from all the casinos and like F1 races and all that stuff, I mean, you know, I'm sure they've struck a nice deal.
I'm sure they're doing all right.
Yeah.
But they're French.
But yeah, so that's my microphone. The perfume sample is not in here because I was afraid I would spill it all over everything. And I don't even know if it smells that. I don't remember the last time I actually smelled it. So who knows if it actually smells good?
Yeah, well, even if it did smell good and you spilt it everywhere, it'd be too strong to.
Especially because it's like perfume oil, so it would just stay forever.
Oh yeah,
my pants would be ruined. I would never get to wear this shirt again that I've had since like freshman year, sophomore year. It's from Academy. I love this shirt.
I was about to say it is a nice shirt.
Mm-hmm. Good old dry fit. Yeah, it's Nike.
Yeah, there you go. I do need to up my Arkansas
I do too.
gear.
Because
I realize a lot of mine are just like the free shirts that I've been given, which some of them are cute. Like this one was a free shirt given.
But then some of them are from random apartment complexes, and I'm like, I'm not doing
like,
free advertising for you.
Yeah, some of them are kind of ugly,
and
I really need to up my game. But
I need to change into a white shirt before we leave today, so I'm actually like white out appropriate.
Well, I wore earlier today. I was in a red shirt that I got at the last soccer game that said like "Welcome to Razorback Field" and like.
Plus, I guess we're gonna get a shirt today.
Yeah, but I was like, I need to change to white, so I changed before I came over.
Well, my thing is earlier I was wearing like cream colored shorts. And I feel like white and cream. I'll have to decide whether or not I want to commit and look like Chris Pine on vacation or something.
White and cream is, like, that color combo is for very specific
It's for Chris Pine and Chris Pine. Apparently I was wearing, like, that outfit to one of the writer's strikes the other day outside of Disney. Cream suit with, like, a white shirt. That's so him.
Not where I would think he would wear it, but like, you know.
But if someone was going to,
at least he was wearing clothes, you know. Yeah, you gotta look at a bright side.
I don't hate it. He's like the only person I know that could probably pull it off.
There you go. Anyways, songs.
Yeah.
Mine would be "Better" by Khalid. It's just come up on the playlist, been on shuffle a lot recently. I vibe with it. Good song. I like it. I went to a Khalid concert, and hearing it live was really cool. So, great song. Good vibe.
I haven't listened to him in 5 ever. Mm-hmm. But I remember my junior year of high school, he was at the Amp. I think opening for someone. I don't know if he opened for Travis Scott. I want to say that he did. And if so, that was the concert that Travis Scott got arrested at the Amp.
Huh.
But I can't remember if he actually did or not. But I do know Travis Scott did get arrested at the Amp.
Yeah, I do know about that.
For inciting a riot on accident. But on purpose, but on accident.
Yeah. No, when I saw Khalid, he was the headliner. Guy. So, I don't.
He's a good singer.
No, he is. It was a good concert. I was definitely secondhand high the entire time. And I was low-key amazed on how people were able to get weed past security.
That's how I felt when I saw Machine Gun Kelly. The
Like-
guy in front of me burned through like 4 or 5 joints in an hour. And I was
Like,
like, how did you get that much in here?
Right.
And how are you burning through them that fast?
I know. It's amazing how well some people can smuggle things through security. I
Yeah.
also thought it was a weird concert because there's a guy in one of my classes. So, like, I was in high school, right? So nobody was 21 or even looked 21.
Mhm.
But there's a guy in one of my classes, and he was like 2 years older than me. So he probably was like 18, but like not looking like he was in his 20s. And somehow he got like 4 beers. And he wasn't with anyone that was 21 because he was with a whole group of people that
Yeah.
like went to my high school. And I was just kind of amazed
I
at
just like had a fake at 18 or like in high school.
that, or if maybe he knew someone else and they got it for him. I don't know.
Interesting.
But I was like, my thing was, if you had a fake, like, he didn't look it. Like,
yeah.
also, how good of fakes are you able to, like, I don't know.
Yeah, I still don't understand like how people produce fakes, like especially because like you have to scan your ID
Now that you have to scan them now.
and people like I don't know.
I did hear a story, though, that one guy, like, he made fakes, and his brother worked for a DMV, and so they got, like, blank licenses there, so, like, they actually scanned, you know? But, like, other than that, like, I don't know how you get them to scan.
It's a interesting business that I have never partaken in and
No,
don't
me
really
neither.
see the point.
No, there's just no point.
I feel like the risk to reward ratio is not great.
Mm-mm.
Like, it just doesn't make sense to me. But, I don't know. Other people, y'all can do your thing. I will not condone it. But, like,
You know, whatever floats your boat, I
Yeah.
guess.
you know, if you get arrested, you can't be too mad about it. Because, like,
You know what was wrong.
yeah. But, yeah. Anyways, so my song is All the Things I Hate About You by Lil Huddy. Because, so I have been thinking, it will lead into our first topic of the day, but I have seen Lil Huddy concert
You have.
with Margot, and honestly, it was like one of the most fun concerts ever.
Didn't he, like, look right at you?
Yeah, because I brought a sign that said "Call the Hogs" that was written on glitter cardstock.
Mm.
So, like, that stuff, like, I have some in my room, I'll show you later, but, like, just, like, in regular lighting, because it's covered in hollow glitter, it's, like, so bright.
Right, like,
And
you're
then-
seeing it for
And
sure.
then when you write on it with, like, a Sharpie, it just tints it the color. And so I wrote it with a red Sharpie.
Oh,
And
yeah.
so it was just, like, with stage lights, it was just glimmering. And so it was probably, like, a beam of light just into his eyes. And I held it up between songs. It just said, "Call the Hogs." And he looked at it. He, like, squinted. Because I wasn't in the pit. I was in standing, like, at barrier.
Yeah.
So there was at least enough of space. Because I think if there hadn't been a space, like, I'm so short, he wouldn't have been able to see it.
Right.
But he, like, did this. And he just went, like, and then turned around and walked the other way. Did not call the Hogs.
Never called the Hogs.
But the girls in front of us were like, "Oh my gosh, he looked at us," as he was, like, squinting, reading my sign.
Oh,
Like,
no.
he was not. But, yeah, no, that was a fun concert. But,
What
honestly,
made you
though-
go to that in the first place? Like,
Caroline and I thought he was, like, a little bit attractive. And so it kind of started as a meme.
okay.
And then he started releasing music, and I was like, I'm going to listen to it. I think this will be funny. And honestly, some of his songs aren't bad. They're not, like, objectively good.
Right.
But there's songs that I feel like I could listen to and, like, just kind of be like, all right.
It's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, and then it just, like, I don't know, continued.
spiraled out
And
of
then whenever
control.
they announced he was going to be opening for this dude here at JJ's Live, I was like, I have to go.
Yeah,
Like,
I have to see it.
I have the choice to do the funniest thing possible, and so I did. And Margot
Who did he
came
open
with me.
for?
Oliver Tree,
Yeah, that's right.
who I, like, had no idea who he was.
I was about
There
to
was
ask
literally,
if you knew.
the only reason I had ever heard of him is because he had one TikTok sound that had gone, like, super viral. But,
Did you stay for the whole concert, or did you just stay for...
well, we
Why?
thought we did, but then he kept, like, he'd be like, "This is the last song," and then he would act like he was gonna go off, and then would come play another one. And it was like the longest concert ever. So finally at midnight, we're like, "Bro,
We gotta
like
go.
we gotta go. This is like annoying because neither of us were that invested."
Right, yeah.
But it was fun. But yeah, no, All the Things I Hate About You, I think is a really like objectively funny song. And honestly, it's kind of a bop. So
There you go.
but it leads into our
Yeah.
first topic of the day, which is Joe Burrow. So before this even started, we have been begging him to stop with skinny jeans.
Specifically, the gray pair he wears nearly every
All the
time he's
time.
ever photographed, which is, I would say, about every day. Anytime he steps out of the house, I'm pretty sure that man is photographed in some way, shape, or form. So you just know those pants, first off, reek, okay, or just not getting washed.
I feel like somebody's
Or
washing
maybe
them
they
for
are getting
him.
washed, and that's why they're so tight.
Yeah.
But we've been begging to see him out of those. And we did this
But yeah,
past weekend.
like I wish I could
But
just pull it up on here so we can stare at it. But dude, I know you scrolled through Lil Huddy's Instagram when you're picking outfits because what? Because it was like black baggy pants
It
with
was
like a red
very-
heart on them, and then
yeah, right there.
a red jacket. Like, we love you, Joe, but what, dude?
It is a very little Huddy would wear it if he hasn't already.
I think I've seen Lil Huddy wear like these pants basically at some point or another. Like, let's just.
We gotta look.
He might not now because he's been like, I don't know, going to. I think his girlfriend is like Italian, so he's just been wearing.
He's
Like,
been rebranding
Italy,
a
yeah.
bit.
He's wearing lighter colors nowadays. But like, there was a point in his life where it was like, I think when he was performing, he may have worn basically that outfit while performing. Like, yeah, it's serving the exact same vibe.
Yeah, like the vibe is there for sure.
Like this.
Yeah, it's
With the
definitely
red.
yeah.
Yeah. So, Joe, we appreciate that you're trying to step up the fashion game, but maybe, I don't know, do it a little differently than that.
I didn't think the outfit was bad. I just think
That was just the first thought that I had when I saw it. I was
Yeah.
like, he looks like blonde Lil Huddy.
it's like funny. That's not what I would expect him to wear.
No. Especially like, I liked his outfits last year for the most part.
Yeah.
And it's just the
pants.
Yeah, it's really just the pants. I
It's
think
really-
Jamar was like, hey, dude, let's get you some baggy pants. But even then, they're more just like straight leg jeans.
Yeah.
Which is fine. It's better than the skinny ones. But
for sure. But it's just the pants that make it little Huddy-esque.
yeah, with the red and the black and the
Like the color scheme of
little
the pants.
emo. But
Yeah.
yeah. Anyway, I just thought that was really funny.
It is.
And then he played really bad. and
Yeah, no, I know. He's still up my fantasy.
He might not be playing this weekend, so you might. Do you have a backup in your bench?
Yeah, I'm gonna move some pieces around.
Who's your backup?
I don't remember off the top of my head. Because the person who did our league, we get to have 2 quarterbacks. So my backup wasn't like, we were going through a lot of quarterbacks to get, because each person got 2 and there's 8 of us. So that's 16 quarterbacks already out. So I don't remember who it is. I get him and my other quarterback mixed up. But
Who's your other?
I think it's. Sorry, that's gonna be in the microphone.
That's fine.
Let me look.
But yeah, no. I got a notification today that they're monitoring him for the game.
Yeah,
this
I
weekend.
noticed that. I am still predicted to win, even though that doesn't mean anything because I was
Yeah.
predicted to win last week and I lost.
Well-
Oh, I have Jared Goff as my other.
No,
QB,
that's
that's
not too bad.
No, and he's been
doing well.
He's been doing well. So, yeah.
Jared Goff has one of my favorite ever podcast moments of all time.
What?
He was on TMG, which is like my favorite, and well, do you know who Cody Cohen and Will Miller are?
Yeah,
like vaguely at least.
Yeah.
So I guess Cody had been in Mexico, and Jared Goff was also in Mexico because it was off season like last year.
Yeah.
Maybe even 2 years ago now. And they like met, and like Jared knew who Cody was, and Cody like didn't really know, like kind of knew who Jared Goff was, but he's Canadian, so he doesn't really watch much football. But Jared messed up how he thought he knew Cody. He thought they had met before and was like, "Oh, you played in our celebrity softball game." And Cody just lied and just said, yeah, that's where we definitely met. And so they talked about it on their show. So then he zoomed into the show so they could like talk it out.
Oh no!
And then they were talking about Friday Beers, like the Almost Friday, those guys, and they were about to start a podcast, and Jared said like, "Oh, we're gonna be like the first 2 people on the show and stuff," which was true. But then he was like, "Yeah, I like invested in them because I've like known them for so long." And Cody said that he also invested when he didn't. And then he doubled down before Jared signed off. And he was like, "To my friend and business partner."
Oh no!
And then afterwards he was like, "Oh my gosh, I just lied again." Like, it's so funny.
That is hilarious.
Like,
that's just
so
such an
random
odd pairing.
I know.
To like just
I just think it's weird to be like at a resort in Mexico, you walk up to the bar and there's Jared Goff.
Right.
Just like, "Hey, what's up?"
"Oh, you played softball with me that one time."
Like, "Oh, I did?"
Yeah, for sure. Okay, honestly, I think in that situation I would have lied too.
Yeah.
I would have been like, "Yeah, that was
Well,
me."
and that's what they said whenever they were like talking. They were both like, "Honestly, we saved each other from the embarrassment of like not knowing each other in front of our friends."
Yeah.
So, so they were like both, because then Jared even said after he said, "Oh yeah, I did it," then Jared was like, "Wait, did he actually do it?" But he wanted to look cool because he had been like, "Oh, I know this guy," to his friend, and so
you gotta just keep it.
So they like both just kept it going.
Sometimes you just gotta roll with it.
At least they both played along though,
right? Because it would have been awkward if then Jared Goff was like, "No, what? Now that I'm thinking about it,
Yeah.
I don't." Did you?
Yeah. Just I don't know. Anytime I think of Jared Goff, I just think of that. Yeah, I'll have to show you the clip because it's really funny.
Yeah, I gotta see it. But
yeah,
he's treating my fantasy well. Great guy.
Yeah, he might just have to replace Joe this
week. He might be moved to a QB1. And Joe might be moved to bench or IR, depending on
if he's IR'd in real life.
If he is. Yeah. They had to IR him in real life before I can
who knows what
IR him in fake life. I don't know.
Who are they even playing this week?
I don't know off the top of my head, but I can look. She's looking.
Bengals schedule. On Monday, the Rams.
Okay.
Oh, he's got time to like stretch it out before Monday.
So, because
then who's playing tonight? I wonder.
I don't know who's.
I don't really care tonight.
I need to look. I'm gonna be honest, guys. I don't really look at my fantasy that deeply. I just go through Thursday, like afternoon, and just make sure that like none of my players are like injured and out. And even if they're questionable, I just kind of just leave them in, and whatever happens. I haven't, since I've drafted, I haven't dropped anyone, traded anyone, added anyone. So I kind of just let it be. I kind of just forget about it. Like, I'm a little too...
Well, do y'all have high stakes for the loser at all?
We do. Well, not like high stakes. We do have something for the loser, but like Cynthia's in it, and like she's just gonna lose. So I'm really not too worried about where I fall.
What is the like losers?
You have to sit outside of Bruff with a guitar and play songs, and you can't leave until you make at least $5 in tips.
And that's not too bad. But
the thing is, only two of us, not me, but like 2 people in our group know how to play the
Yeah.
guitar, and one of them just can't sing. So it's just not.
You have to make a poster. Tips needed.
I know.
Fantasy punishment.
I told Cynthia, I was like, if you lose, like, I will set up 5 people to just, and I will give them
Drop a
all
buck.
$1 bills to come and
That's
give
funny.
you $5 to help put you out of your misery a bit faster.
At least it wasn't like the 24-hour pancake challenge or whatever.
We thought about that, but I was like, guys, first off, we're balling on a budget. I don't have the money for 24-hour pancake, like,
Yeah.
to buy 24 pancakes to cut down my time there. Like, that's just a lot. Inflation is hitting hard, and I just can't do that.
Fair.
But, you know, we have a guitar, and to get on campus is free, so a little more manageable. But
Nice.
I don't get how people have a lot of time to obsess about their fantasy league, and I do not understand how people that are in multiple leagues do it.
Yeah. Also,
that-
who cares? Like,
Yeah, but it's also like
it's not even the real game.
right.
Like,
Like just
watch the game. Like,
I don't look at it. I just let it be, and
Yeah.
whatever happens happens. Sometimes I forget who's on my team. I'm not gonna lie.
nice.
Found myself the other day. I can't remember which team it was, like who was playing, but I realized that I was rooting for the other team, and I had like a running back on the team I was booing, and I was like, oh,
Well,
that wasn't
it's how it goes sometimes.
very nice of me. So
I hear your Giants are doing well. I
they
heard them talking about them on the radio yesterday or 2 days
They
ago.
are okay. Well, see, well is a relative term because when you play your first game against the Cowboys and score 0 points, a field goal is considered an improvement.
Hmm.
So, but you know, we're on the up and up.
Better than the Bengals are doing, I guess.
You know, so we'll see. All I'm looking for, you know, I'm realistic. I have high hopes, but realistic expectations. You know, and I would just like to see a playoff appearance.
Sounds like you're talking about the Hogs.
And you will notice a trend with the teams that I choose to support and how they all make me sad whenever they play. But, you know, I think an appearance, you know, maybe win a game, move up a little bit, but, you know, we'll see.
Well, you know, that's fine.
I'm just too committed to, like, back out now. So, like, ride or die, you know?
That's how it goes for all of them,
Yeah.
especially the Hogs this weekend. because last weekend, this weekend.
LSU is going to wipe the floor with us.
See, I would be fine with that if Joe Burrow was still in LSU.
I also think it's kind of weird that we're playing LSU so early.
Yeah, I know, that
in our
feels really
season.
early for us.
Because they were normally like, we played them like
Towards the end of the year.
Yeah,
Mhm.
mid-season, end of the year type deal. And they're like our third, fourth game.
Yeah. Did you hear that one of the players who used to be at Arkansas like got diagnosed with a brain tumor the other day?
No.
Yeah. He like was at Arkansas and then transferred to LSU and then
Now he has
like
a brain tumor?
yeah, and had to have like surgery, I guess, the other day.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So people were like, well, I hope that Arkansas learned from BYU and will like send money to the food pantry or like do something nice since he used to be here.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
I don't think even if we did something nice, we'd pull out a win. To be honest.
It worked for the Mormons. It could work for us.
Mhm.
I never went and looked to see like what all they did in their little broadcast before our game, where they did their like feature on cam and stuff.
Me neither.
But apparently all the fans were really nice. So
I imagine they were. I don't imagine they were like mean people.
no.
I mean, they ran our flag out with all
Yeah.
their flags, so it just kind of like
Last
hurt.
weekend's
I think
game, I just don't even know that it was worth it to have gone. Like half of me is like I regret even going.
I just think it's worse to lose to people who are nice winners and like humble winners than
Yeah.
it is to lose to people who are obnoxious winners. Because I'd
Listen.
rather lose to an obnoxious winner and just be like, look at them.
Yeah.
Talking all this crap. Like, they're going to get beat next game. Like, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
But then when they're like, oh, we had such a great time in Arkansas. And you're like,
oh, man.
I can't even get mad at you.
Yeah.
Like, I don't even.
Yeah, last week, hopefully practice this week, they got some good reps in because I'm
live and
a
learn.
little worried. But Rocket's back.
Yes, Rocket is back. Which
First on the depth chart. Let's go.
I think helps us a lot.
Because, I mean, AJ he was probably like the MVP of the game, honestly, last weekend. So if Rocket can play better than that, then
and
that's
if we
great.
have both Rocket and AJ at our disposal, I think that helps a little bit more too.
Hopefully. So they kept saying that last week KJ was kind of like knocked around. Like, was he going into the game with concussion stuff? Like, that's what I'm confused. Because they said he had like came into the game banged up. And so I'm wondering how banged up.
Yeah.
Because that man's brain was not thinking fast. And he doesn't have the O-line to think slow. So I don't know what was going on.
Yeah, because that's true. Because normally he can get the ball out
a little bit faster.
Right.
Not that fast. But
faster than what he was doing.
Because he just was acting so confused. I don't.
Right. And the amount of balls that just got thrown into the dirt.
Yeah. So I don't know. Hopefully he's first on the depth chart this week. So hopefully he's back and better than ever because we're going to need it.
Protocols that you're supposed to when someone gets banged up. Yikes.
People were really mad at Brady Latham last week after all of the fouls.
Yeah.
But, like, okay, here's my deal. This is why Twitter sucks. Or X, excuse me. That's what it's called now. It is. It's Twitter forever. People were like, he's a captain. Mm-hmm. People were like, kick him off the team. He's like a terrible, like, threatening him with all this stuff. Dude,
kick him off the
he's a captain for a reason. Yeah. Like, obviously, he's been good the past however many years he's been here. Obviously, something was going on that he just, like,
had an off game.
Yeah, and, like, that happens.
So then when we kick him off the team.
Like, it was obviously a bad game, but
no one, KJ threw, like, 5-6 passes in the dirt, and no one's saying to kick him off the team.
And one right into BYU's hands.
So, like, let's...
Yeah.
It's just where's the balance, guys?
Just the whole, like, I don't know, people on social media are insane about sports, which, like, it just doesn't make sense to me. Like, you're really riding on an 18-year-old to, like, perform at the top level at all times. I do think
that is very funny.
But sometimes it, like, so the Colorado State game, I guess there was a Colorado State player that had, like, a bad hit on a Colorado guy and, like, put him in the hospital with, like, a liver injury.
Not your liver.
Because of where he, like, hit him. But, like, he didn't do that on purpose. Like, he wasn't trying to put him in the hospital specifically. And he and his family are getting, like, death threats.
Yeah.
And it's like, dude, at what point do you not, like, realize that you're speaking to, like, a teenager?
Yeah, like, this is maybe a 20-year-old.
Yeah.
Like, their frontal lobe is not even fully developed.
No.
Like, for all intents and purposes, these people are still being claimed as dependents on their parents' tax forms. Like, they are not professional athletes.
And, like, that one dude on the radio, you know that one guy last year who had, like, called whichever baseball player, like, the rental player?
Oh, yeah,
and people, during the College World Series, and people got mad. Yesterday on the radio, he was like, well, I just don't feel that much sympathy because I know what it feels like to get canceled. No, you said something stupid and rude about a teenager, and obviously people are going to push back. Yeah. This was a teenager making a hit in a football game like he's supposed to.
Like, it's a kid.
Being threatened by adults. Like, there's a difference.
Right. Like, I also think it's funny when you have, like, we get these new freshmen, these, like, 4-star, 5-star, like, whatever. But you have to think, like, high school football and college football are two very completely different environments.
Even if you're from Texas, which is, like, the college or high school football state.
It is still very different. And I think that it takes 1, 2, 3 games to, like, acclimate to that. Because I don't think there's any amount of preparation or training or older guys telling you what it's going to be like to prepare you for what it actually is like. Like,
even if you transfer from a school that isn't like an SEC school,
Right.
because like I don't care. Like the SEC is just different. Like
it is.
from any other league, and players will say that they'll be like, even like I think Joe Burrow has said this. Like even going from Ohio State, which is still a powerhouse,
Right.
to LSU, he's like it's just different in the SEC. Like everything is faster,
Mm-hmm.
and so I feel like even if you're transferring from like another big name school or like a D2 college or something,
Right,
it's
like-
gonna be different.
Yeah, there was one, I can't remember which football player it was, but he was on a podcast and he said that if he had to pick a college conference that was most like the NFL, it would be the SEC.
Right.
But like you're just throwing these 18-year-old boys in who are living away from home for probably like the first time. Like, and you expect them to just all of a sudden be like gods among men on a football
Yeah.
field. But
We
let's
have
go
a
back
guy
to
who
high hopes, realistic expectations.
We have a freshman who refers to himself as Drip Lord, and you really want he might be a sophomore now, but you really want me to believe that like this guy immediately came in like ready to just pummel somebody? Like there's no chance.
I forgot about that.
I think about it. That's my Roman Empire.
It makes me laugh every time I see it or hear it or think about it or anything. It just
I don't
gets
even
me
remember who
every
it was.
time.
We'll have to ask Jess because she knows. I just like
It's just
think
so
about it
funny.
so often that was what he called himself. There was literally a guy in that same class that Jess was in who randomly one day, I guess in an attempt to flirt or maybe he was just thirsty, asked a girl if he could just drink out of her
I do
water
remember
who he had
him.
never spoken to before. He was like, "Hey, I'm thirsty. Can I have a sip of that?" And she said yes.
That
There's
is
no
wild.
chance.
Uh-uh.
No way.
You're telling me out of all the free gear Arkansas is giving these athletes, they don't include a water bottle? Yeah, no, I'm not buying it. I'm not. You mean to tell me with all your matching backpacks and sweatpants and socks that they didn't throw in a water bottle in there? No.
Mm-mm. Just insanity. And you expect these guys to be like mature adults? Okay, sure.
Right, all right.
Have you met freshmen?
These guys like are still getting lost trying to find their classes. And
They don't even know how to log into Blackboard half the time.
Right, and you think all of a sudden every single freshman is going to make every single catch and just run these incredible routes? No.
Yeah, just crazy stuff. But yeah. Anyways, in other Razorback news.
Yes.
I don't know how to pronounce this guy's name. Heston
Kierstad.
Kierstad.
Yeah.
Kierstad.
Yeah, I'm thinking
Former Arkansas baseball player got called up to the Orioles, so good for him.
Yeah,
I saw that Van Horn went.
Yeah, a big deal.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, played pretty well too, decently, you know.
Oh, really?
I think so. Yeah, from what I've seen, I didn't watch the game, but from everything I've seen, like played well. He didn't play bad.
I just saw people being like, "Yay, we're so
I
proud of you."
There were a lot of people that were like, "Oh, look, we're so proud." But
Og is now an
my
Oriole.
yeah, but that's cool. That's good.
Good for him.
We love to see our pro hogs
yes.
pro hogging, you know?
Yeah.
So
There you go.
yeah. I don't know. I didn't watch the game. I don't have much to say about it. But it's cool news. It's good news.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't watch it on TV either. It's just baseball is a
Baseball is an in-person sport.
yes,
Same
and
with soccer.
And even in person sometimes it drags. It can be a boring game. And I think that the college sports world environment just makes baseball a little bit more fun than the environment that the majors are playing in. And for that reason, I only watch college baseball. Specifically, I only watch Arkansas baseball.
Plus, like, I've been to one Royals game, and it was in the nosebleeds. Those seats are so just, like, vertical. It's terrifying. Like, if you trip, you're falling off the side. Yeah, like, horrifying.
Really? I've never been to...
it's scary up there. And this was, like, 10 years ago that I went now, probably.
You're having nightmares about it to this day still.
having to crawl over someone to go to the bathroom and then walk down like these steep stairs.
Yeah,
it's scary. But yeah, no, I just not an MLB.
No, college is just baseball is just more entertaining. It's just yeah. It is, but baseball is a very in-person sport, and I would
Yeah.
agree that soccer is too.
Because also, you gotta take a lap sometimes.
Yeah,
know?
you do gotta take a lap.
Go get a little snack,
Mm-hmm.
something to drink.
A little drink. Go see what free stuff they're handing out, if they're still handing out free stuff, you know?
Yeah.
Because if you go in, like, the student entrances, all the free stuff is gone by the time gates open, doors open, whatever. But
They
no,
always have something else
right,
going on.
but the other entrances that other people are going through, there's always stuff because they just don't want it. And
Same with basketball.
I know that's how
They always do the fun stuff at the main entrance, like when they brought pigs.
Uh-huh.
Like, why didn't
That's
the
how I
students
got
get
my
pigs?
replica of Bud Walton. You know, they were all like they were giving them out at the student section gate, but they were only giving out 150 to 200 of them. So like,
Yeah.
you know, people get in line, you know, and so I just didn't get one. And so I did a lap, and there was at like this other gate, and they had like a whole tub full of them, and I was like,
Well, that's how we got our
I
Jalen
know.
Williams cards. Like just walking
Just
around,
gotta do a lap.
skimming the tables.
I know.
I wonder if they're gonna do something, not cards again, but like something fun throughout the season again, like
I don't know. It was a big deal last year because
Yeah,
it was our
it's
100th
100
season.
years.
So,
But still,
I mean, hopefully. I mean, volleyball's giving out light up cowboy hats.
Cowboy hats. Yeah.
So, I feel like basketball might be
if you
working
get
with
one,
a-
are you gonna wear it to Dallas?
I would, yeah. I would wear it. I would not stop wearing it to Razorback sporting events. Like, you would have to pry it
Yeah.
out of my cold, dead hands. But, yeah. I don't know. I would imagine basketball's working with a bigger promotional budget than volleyball is. So, if
Yeah.
volleyball's doing light up cowboy hats, you know, basketball's got to give us something a bit bigger.
Yeah.
So, we'll see.
Speaking of basketball, Danielle Musselman is the proud owner of a world-class athlete friendship bracelet.
Yep, we got her.
She walking up the steps. I went and intercepted.
Yep.
I was like,
It was a whole,
"Here you go, queen."
whole mission, okay? We had to plan
Hey, it was
out.
another one of our spoken into existence ones.
We were being a
'cause
little delusional.
I
about it.
had seen it, or like I had made it, and then I was like, this got to go to someone special because it took me way too long to make, and it was fancy looking.
Mhm.
And then my mom was like, oh, maybe a women's player. And I was like, no, the queen herself, Danielle Musselman.
Right.
And then the next day, guess who gets a bracelet? Danielle.
I mean,
Amazing.
we really just got to start.
And I really wanted to give one to Anthony. But if he had been up there at the top of the stairs when I had walked by,
Yeah.
I would have given it to him. But literally as soon as I got back down, I like look up and he's back there. And I was like, where was he when I was
It
up
was
there?
also, he was getting swarmed
Oh, most definitely.
by people.
I can't believe he went and joined the regular student section, to be quite honest with you.
I can't either.
I mean, they were by the tunnel, so I guess at least there was security there if they needed it, but
Right.
still.
Yeah.
Kind of insane of him, honestly. Good
Yeah.
for him, though.
But I guess, like, once all the people around you kind of, like, get their photos, it all kind of,
Yeah.
like, dies down because most people are like, oh, like, I'm not going to walk all the
Yeah.
way. Like, you know? So,
Fair.
I mean, it might have worked out well. I mean, I guess it did because if they go to games, like, that's where they stand for, like, a hot minute.
Yeah.
So,
Also, yesterday, so my boot is now off.
woo woo.
My foot isn't fully healed, but we're getting there.
But the boot is off. That's
I had
important.
bursitis this whole time. It wasn't even a fracture, fun fact.
Wow, I don't even know what bursitis means.
Inflammation of the bursa, which are like these little, oh, dang it, I hit that. They're like these little cushions that are in your joints. So they have like
Okay.
fluid in them.
Yeah.
When I was 13, I had an infected one and I had to have it drained. And
Ew.
it sucked. Yeah, it was the worst. It was, and then it put me in the hospital. I almost died because I had an allergic reaction to the antibiotics. But that was 10 whole years ago, which is crazy to me. I have a really cool scar from it.
There
But
you go.
They're like all over in between your joints and stuff. They're just little cushions.
Okay.
But sometimes they get inflamed, and that's what happened to me, I guess. But I had said yesterday, I was like, I'm glad that I'm out of the boot before we go to Dallas next week because I
Yes.
have to take my picture with my cowboy hat jumping in front of AT&T Stadium.
Yep.
And he was like, well, how how many have you been to? And I was like, I think this will be my third one. And he was like, oh, yeah, you got to keep the tradition going.
Right.
As if this isn't the last year they're playing there anyways. But
Yeah, that is bad.
got to do it one last time.
Right.
One last rodeo.
Final hurrah, if
Yeah.
you will. Yeah.
I just hope. So last year, whenever we were leaving the game, after we had brutally lost,
Oh, it
this
was bad.
I had my hat on, and this security guy, while we were walking up the stairs, he was like, "Keep your chin up, girl. You're working that hat." He was like an older guy, and I was like, "Thank you."
No, there's nothing more humiliating than walking out of AT&T Stadium after you lose to A&M.
And they're all like hitting the trash cans,
Yes,
doing their
and
little
they're
like
just-
woo thing.
And you don't even know what they're saying.
No.
Yeah, that's the biggest thing. Like, I know they're throwing insults at me.
At least when we call the Hogs, you know what that sounds like.
Right, but I don't even know what they're saying, and they're everywhere. And it's just the fact that they all know that we drove like 5 hours to get there.
But they did too.
Yeah, but at least they're in the same state.
Yeah.
There's not a more humbling experience than walking past A&M fans after you lose.
The
to them.
Giants are playing tonight. Your team is the one playing tonight.
Whoop, whoop.
Didn't even know.
I did know. I knew they were playing tonight.
I asked who was playing tonight, and you were
You
like,
did?
I don't know.
Oh, I did not process. Sorry. I did know that because I got the little because Thursday Night Football is only on Prime Video,
Yeah.
and so I tracked a package on Amazon, and it had the little advertisement at the top. Sorry, I just didn't process.
For some reason, I thought yesterday was Thursday, and I almost got on Prime to see what game was playing. And
Yesterday
then-
did have very big Thursday
Yesterday
vibes.
also felt like a Tuesday. I had no idea what day it was yesterday.
Oh, you were just
This whole week-
lost.
Well, okay, this whole week has been insane because like Monday, I like had started with an ear infection and like went to class, did whatever. Yesterday or Tuesday, see, I don't even know what day it is now. Tuesday, I had an MRI and then I went to the urgent care like an
Yeah.
hour later for my ear infection. Didn't go to class. I went to my night class, but not during the day. Yesterday was at the clinic and like, you know, doing stuff. Didn't have class
Right.
today. So I like came from him because I had a doctor's appointment this morning too.
Mhm.
That apparently I didn't have because the guy isn't there and they didn't call me to tell me he wasn't going to be there.
Oh.
And so I drove all the way down there and woke up early and they were like, oh, sorry, you're going to have to reschedule. Thank you for telling me. So then on my way down the highway, a cement truck kicked like mud all over my car. And so my car was just like coated in mud. And so since I was like, I can't, I just went and washed my car because I was so mad.
You're like, I can't find parking. I might as well.
Yeah. And then
Wow.
I went to that pie place down off next to the car wash on Weddington.
Yeah. Good
And
place.
I got some pie to take home with me tomorrow. But I also got a sandwich. It's pretty good. I got a little tomato bacon grilled cheese.
Oh, yeah.
It was good.
No, their pie there, it's good.
Yeah. I was so overwhelmed though. There were like 30 or 40 different pie options.
Yeah.
And she was like, oh, I was the only one in there because they just opened. She was like, what do you want? And I was like, I don't know. There's so many options.
It is a little overwhelming. I did look online before I went to like narrow down what I was gonna get.
I thought I would at least be able to be like, because I'm going to take it back home. I mean, my mom's not home right now, but we'll just like keep it in the fridge for when she gets back Sunday. And I would be like, okay, well, we can get like one of each. And then finally I was like, we're all getting key lime. Like everyone's getting a slice of key lime, and that's that. Because we've been talking about key lime recently anyways, so perfect opportunity to get some. But yeah,
There
it
you
was
go.
overwhelming.
It is. When there's a lot of options,
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't.
But yeah, I just feel like I haven't, this just has been the doctor's office week for me. Because I have another doctor's appointment tomorrow.
Yeah,
Just
it's
getting them
because
all
you're
done at
lacking
once.
the routine, you know?
Yeah, so I just, if it were warmer and less humid, I would feel like it was summer.
Yeah.
But it's just humid with mild warmth right now.
Yeah, although it was warmer this morning when I went to class than I thought it was going to be. I did, like,
It was
have
so
a
humid
sweatshirt
this
over
morning.
my shirt, and then I got out of the car after I parked, and I was like, oh,
It
we're
was like
not.
98% or something. That's what it felt like anyways.
I think I just, like, asked my Alexa what the weather was, and I really only paid attention to, like, what the low and what the high was, because
Oh, yeah, I ask her
drastic.
every day.
It's drastic
You never know.
changes, so I have to like dress for both.
And I feel like I can't at this time of year just look out the window and get an idea
No.
of how warm it's going to be. Because, you know, I feel like like when you get closer to winter or closer to summer, you can look outside and be like, oh, it's probably 70 degrees out.
Right.
Not at this time of year.
No, I don't know what the weather's doing. It was also supposed to rain today, but it's not. Hopefully it's not. And it's actually supposed to rain for like the next 3 days.
Yeah.
I have no idea what we're doing weather-wise here, and it drives me insane.
Weird week all around, honestly. Hey, maybe the weirdness will aid in our ability to beat LSU.
Maybe
It'll just have been weird forever. Because, yeah, even yesterday at the clinic, he was like, what day is it? And someone said Wednesday, and he goes, really? Only Wednesday?
Well,
he goes, I thought it was like Friday.
No, I will agree. Yesterday did have a very Thursday feel to it. I definitely did have to, like, check my calendar because I thought that I had to go to something that I only had to go to on Thursday. So.
Yeah, I really have had, like, no idea. Maybe it's the infection is just going into my brain and
maybe it's all the ragweed that's making me currently die out here, and it's just messing with me. Maybe it's all the Zyrtec I'm on, all the Flonase, the good sinus that I'm taking.
When I went to get my ear infection checked, because I think at first she thought maybe it was like allergy stuff. Mm-hmm. She was like, so have you like tried, first of all, her name was Keely, which I thought was hilarious.
That is.
She's a PA. But she was like, oh, have you like tried anything for it? And I was like, oh, yesterday I took like Sudafed and Mucinex, and I did some Nasacort, and then before I went to bed I did Afrin to try to keep it open. And she was like, oh, wow. You've done a lot.
You did stuff for it.
I was like, I guess I know my stuff. I don't know. Like, I tried.
I didn't come here to play around.
Yeah, because everyone else in there was like, probably had COVID, honestly, because there were a bunch of sick people in there. But like, I was like, yeah, I tried.
I've been taking my stuff.
It still hurts. I don't know what to tell you. Also, when I had my boot on still, and the lady was like, oh, your foot? And I was like, no, my ear.
Yeah. I got a lot of problems right now.
Like the foot's taken care of. We're good there.
That's funny. Yeah. I did drop about $50 on over-the-counter allergy medications. And I did call my mom to find a place where I could start getting allergy shots. That worked with our insurance because this week has been so rough allergy-wise that I was taking – I had some like over-the-counter, like off-brand allergy meds, but like they worked.
Yeah.
Right? Like they did the job. Didn't need to have Zyrtec. Like it was I can't remember what it was, but like they worked. But like for the past 2 days, like before I got new medication, they were only working like half the day, and then I just start dying in the middle of class and just have to take more.
Yeah.
And it was
which isn't great for you when it comes to allergy meds.
It was not. And it was, what was more embarrassing is the fact that I'd be sitting in a lecture hall, and then all of a sudden I just have to open my pill bottle and then just be rattling around.
Yeah.
But the Flonase and Zyrtec are helping. I have some allergy sinus for when, the head feels a little pressury, Mm-hmm. But I'm still so not enjoying myself that I still think I might schedule an appointment to go get shots. But I do think that means that I will have to get my allergies retested. Mm-hmm. And that was the single most worst experience medically for me ever.
I've never had allergy testing done, but it's terrifying.
It's not fun, and I think a big part of it is I was like 8 when I first got it done. So like every shot or anything hurts at 8 no matter what.
Yeah.
But it's just the fact that like so many needles just got stabbed in my back, and then they do like 3 shots each arm.
And then you're just itchy, I'm guessing.
Yeah, and then you just have to like sit there and wait because you have to give yourself like time to react to them. It was just a bad day. That was also the day I found out I was allergic to dairy, and it was a late reaction and just ruined ice cream for me forever. But,
happens.
We're moving on, and it's fine. But I'm trying to avoid getting tested again because I just don't want to do it. But they're not going to accept results from when I was 8.
Maybe.
Probably not, but it's okay.
Well, if anything, you probably just grew out of some of them. It would be weird if you grew into new allergies. But
yeah, but I also think that moving from Arkansas to Texas, where there are different like plants that are producing different allergens, and then coming back definitely plays a big part of it.
because anytime I'm in Texas, my allergies are terrible because of the cedar trees.
Mm-hmm.
It's like as soon as we cross the state border, basically, like I
Texas,
can't breathe.
My allergies are so much better.
Right.
And then like even when my mom came up last weekend for the game, like her allergies are super bad, and she was only here Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Right.
Well, for me,
half
it's like
day Friday.
As soon as we like get out of the car, I'm like, I can't breathe.
Yeah.
And then as soon as we get home, I'm like, oh, this is so much better. Even though like there's allergens around here that bug me, it's like still not as bad as.
Well, mine are so bad that my dad he got like my mom flowers, like during Christmas time, and it was like a Christmas bouquet themed, and it had like evergreen branches in the bouquet, and it just killed me. Like I could not breathe, and they weren't even like on a tree actively growing. They were just in water.
I'm allergic to Christmas trees.
Mm-hmm,
me too. We had a friend of mine, like his family, they had like a live tree in their house, and I was over there. That's how I found out I was allergic, because my family, we didn't have real trees in my house growing up, and I was sat next to the tree, and I was wearing a sweater, so it poked through one day. And so when I got home that night, I was like, oh my gosh, why is my arm like so red and like itchy? And so I realized that was the only thing it could be. But then even just going to their house the next couple of weeks, like I would get congested.
Oh yeah, both me and my mom are. So I've never had a real Christmas tree because I do think it would kill me.
Don't really care also to have one.
A lot of work. You gotta get a new one.
You have to water them.
You just have to get a new one.
You have to restring them with lights. I'll take my pre-lit plastic Walmart tree any day over maintaining a live tree in my house.
You can get your fake one in so many different colors too. Like my Christmas tree for college, red.
Really?
Yeah, we do it. It's a Razorback themed Christmas tree.
I'm a green tree purist, but I also am not like an aesthetic ornament person, so I'll just put like any ornament on there.
Yeah, we were not. We were at home. We are green tree people, but we had 2 trees, and one was like an aesthetic tree, and then one was like any ornament kind of tree. But the any ornament tree is what like presents one other under, and the like pretty one was just like in the foyer because it could be. I guess I don't even know.
Ours we don't do this anymore, but for a while when I was a kid, we had like our big tree in the living room. Sometimes it's at the entrance by like those pillars, and then sometimes it would be in the corner by the windows, depending on what furniture we had. And then for a while, my mom would put up a little palm tree, and she would hang up stuff that she'd gotten when she lived in Hawaii. And so it was her like, and it had like a lei. It was like her little Hawaiian Christmas tree.
That's cute.
And then that tree is now, not that one, but the one that I used to have in my bedroom is now here in my apartment. And so I would have one in my room that had all of like our animal ornaments, because for a long time my parents had Dalmatians, and so they had a ton of Dalmatian themed stuff. And so it was mostly Dalmatians, but then we've added like the dogs we had, so like golden retrievers.
I used to have one of the mini, like small mini trees. It was like blue, and I did like all blue and silver and white kind of thing, and that's what I had in like my room. And then my brother had one that was white, and his was all like sports themed, But like I don't know why you buy so many Christmas trees for Christmas. I
don't know, but it's kind of fun.
I do like it.
I don't know.
However, there is an appropriate time for Christmas, and it is after Thanksgiving.
Actually Christmas.
It is after Thanksgiving.
Yeah, there is a holiday order, and we should not be surpassing that.
No.
September is just fall. Like it's the beginning of fall.
It's a transition season. It's a little too
Labor Day
warm to be putting pumpkins out.
Still summery.
Right.
The start of football season. It is not Halloween.
Nope.
Halloween is October 31st, the very last day of the month. You have an entire month to celebrate.
Now, you can use September to prep and buy Halloween decorations, but they do not need to be put up until October 1st.
Yeah, I saw someone saying, like, yeah, Florida got down to 75 and people are putting out Halloween decorations. First of all, what?
75?
75? I think not. But also, it's September 21st. Do you remember the 21st day. That's what today is. Like, people were putting out Halloween stuff on September 1st.
Oh, no, there are 3 houses in my neighborhood already fully decorated for Halloween.
I was seeing reels in August of people making, like, pumpkin-themed, like, pumpkin pie and pumpkin spice and all this stuff. And I was like, no. If maybe September you can start doing, like, pumpkin spice and stuff like that. But even then,
it's just too hot October for that.
Yeah.
It's just not the time. The weather is not ready for all the pumpkin bombardment we are going to have.
It's barely even apple season. Like, they just opened the apple orchard this weekend.
Like, it is not. No, it's too warm. There is a temperature requirement, I think, for pumpkins, and we haven't hit it
Apparently
yet.
not in Florida. Yeah. 75 degrees. Yeah, no. There's Halloween in October, and then Thanksgiving is in November. And Thanksgiving, even if you have issues with, like, the real story of Thanksgiving, at this point in American history, it's been established as a holiday.
Right.
And we treat it as a holiday. Like, we can acknowledge the bad stuff that happened. And, like, you know, like, yeah, the Native Americans were treated bad. And we still are sometimes. Like, that's just how it is. But we can at least appreciate all of the stuff. Like, we can give thanks for, like, our families and the food on our tables.
There are people who celebrate Christmas who aren't Christian.
Yeah.
Just celebrate Thanksgiving, but just be un-American history about it.
Just, like, be thankful for what you have, and that's the holiday.
Right.
Like, it's been established well enough at this point. Like, it's a holiday that's just going to keep happening.
Right. So you don't have to tie it back to Pilgrims and Native Americans if you don't want to.
But it's distinct from Christmas.
Oh, yeah. Your Christmas decorations should not be up if Thanksgiving has not passed.
No.
It is disrespectful to the Thanksgiving season.
Yes. Because Thanksgiving, honestly, aside from, like, the bad stuff, is a great holiday, objectively.
Truly.
It's literally all about eating good food. Like,
right.
How could you be mad about that aspect of it?
I do think Thanksgiving has the best food. Holiday with the best food.
Yeah. Do you like turkey?
I do.
Yeah, me too. Some people don't, and I can kind of understand that. Right. I feel like it's kind of weird compared to, like, chicken.
Yes.
In a way. But also, even if you just eat ham is delicious.
Ham.
A good old...
I'm not the biggest fan of ham, but I eat it.
But, like, a cinnamon, brown sugar crusted ham, pretty darn good.
Let's also talk about, you do sweet potato casserole. It's practically dessert that you get to eat as a side.
It's so good, too.
Like, why would you hate
got
on
pecans in there. You got marshmallows in there.
It's the only time
you got brown sugar and cinnamon.
Marshmallows and sugar with your main
as a meal.
Like, let's also not forget the leftover feast you have afterwards. I mean, my lunches for school are never as good as after Thanksgiving.
Like, you got good rolls.
Oh, the rolls.
And you get both sweet potatoes and mashed potatoes. Right. So many potatoes.
Double the potatoes. Who could not like that?
I'm not a green bean casserole girl, but some people like it.
Not
and
either,
so good for them.
But I respect it.
Yeah. And cranberry sauce. I honestly am a cranberry sauce person.
See, I'm not, but, like, I get it.
But I love cranberries as fruit as themselves. So it just makes sense. Because I like cranberry juice.
Yeah.
So, like, I love cranberry sauce. And, like, I don't know, what else?
Let's also talk about the benefits of being a college kid, going home for Thanksgiving, and all of a sudden, you're coming back with so many leftovers because everyone wants you to have the food.
And we didn't even get to the desserts.
Right.
So much pie.
The pies. Too good. All the different types of cookies that they make for it, all some different version of pumpkin and cinnamon and whatever fall flavors they manage to make. I feel like they come out with a new, like, fall flavored theme every year.
It's just so good.
It's too good.
And we as a society should not just skip that.
That's what I'm saying. Why
Plus, turkeys are so fun. Like, I don't know, there's something so cute about, like, a picture of a little brown turkey with colorful feathers.
Also, you get to, like, watch the President of the United States literally pardon a turkey. Like, that's funny.
That's such a random thing that happens, and it's funny.
And we're just going to gloss over that? No, like, the White House has to set up an entire event just for the president to go, we're not going to kill this turkey this year. And honestly...
And then it just gets to live on a farm until it actually dies.
Do I believe the turkey just doesn't get killed that year? No.
No, they send them to a farm. It's like
Do they?
Yeah,
Okay.
it's like a real thing.
All right then.
Yeah, but still.
But the next year, like,
but yeah, it's
that's so funny of us.
such a random
Also,
tradition
the
to have.
Thanksgiving football games, which I know
Mhm.
probably suck for the players and their family who have to play on Thanksgiving, but it's so
Yeah.
great for
And
us.
then the Hogs play Mizzou on Black Friday.
Yeah. What is there not to love?
Great time all around. And then there's Christmas. And when you have them as two distinct holidays, it's like twice the fun because it's two
Right.
different holidays.
Exactly.
Because I love Christmas. Christmas is like my favorite.
It
But
is great.
it deserves its own stretch of time.
It doesn't need to be lumped in.
It doesn't need to be an extended amount of time for Christmas. Because at some point, you start having the Christmas vacation Christmas, where you just hate everything
Right.
and everybody.
It happens.
And the longer you let it go on, the worse it's going to get. So
That is so true.
there you go.
Yeah.
I feel like that's, yeah.
Yeah. Well, we can end on that note.
Yeah, we can move this to next time.
Yeah.
And yeah. So, with that being said,
Goodbye and
Goodbye.
go be a world-class athlete.
yeah, go be a world-class athlete. Should we?
Goodbye.
Bye. Oh, they won't.